Everyone, I hope everybody's keeping well. So I have to make this video. I am, as I said in the last video, very sick of what this government and this government, the way the government is treating us, you and I, the people of Ireland. They're taking us for fools. They really are taking us for fools. They're taking, again, the old saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm saying to people, can you not see what's happening in front of you? For example, all the things the government has done the last few months have given the finger to us, basically. This government is literally the most corrupt government you could see anywhere. I think even North Korea has more respect for the people, because again, it boils down to a small word, a bit of respect, a bit of manners to your people, the people who pay your wages. We've seen with Golfgate. Again, I think this is the perfect example to explain the whole Irish system in it. The media, OT Sector, and OT Sector was there. People who are bondholders, these people, bondholders, bikers, things like that, big international corporations were there in Clifton in County Galway for the Golf Society now. And they went with the politicians, along with the judges. OT, where's OT? Why is OT not saying about all this? Why are they in with the politicians? Because again, this shows you completely what Ireland's made up of. It's made up of elite, a way of family, if you may, where these people cannot be challenged. It's simple as that. These people broke the law, and they broke the law at the time, the COVID laws, whatever you would call them. And if you and I done that, we'd be imprisoned. We'd be put in prison, we'd be never seen again. And these people just got a pat in the back and nothing was done to them. Nothing was done to them. Seamus Wolf is still in his position, and the most funniest thing is, he's getting a pay rise. He's getting a fucking medal for it. As I always say to people, it's a great country, and I'm saying to people, because there's people saying, it's only a dinner, it's only a golf game, it's only a golf society. I'm saying to people, you cannot see the bigger picture here. The government takes in this country, they can get off with murder. Literally, they're giving the two fuckers who bankrupted this Brian Cow and the rest of them fucking pile of arseholes. And that's as simple as that. Arseholes, that's the words to describe them. The people who bankrupted this country, the people who ran away. Literally, Brian Cow, I don't know where the fuck he is, but he ran away somewhere. He went off with a big pension. Don't worry, he's not starving or anything. He's getting a big pension out of it, don't worry. He's going to get even more money now. It's a great, as I keep saying, it's a great, great country. And I'm saying to people to stand up and say, we not accept this. We will not accept this, because the government, OT, they done an investigation into OT's little party, and they found that there was a breach in COVID regulations. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to do nothing. No sanctions, nothing like that. Forget about it. It's only us. It's only OT. OT are great people. They present all the great news to us. They talk a lot of bullshit. But you know what? We pretend they're biased. Like OT, literally now, beforehand, it was hard to see that were the biased. It was hard enough to see. Now it's plain obvious to see that the government are using it as a spin machine. And not much loss that OT could collapse at any moment because of the financial issues to have. And not much loss. I'd actually laugh when they do. Because they don't really deserve, and the people who are in OT don't really deserve anything. For the way they're treating the Irish people, Mary McCann and the West End, we're not for signing. Nothing's going to be done to them. No pay cuts, nothing like that. Same with the TDs, no pay cuts, just pay rises. Can anybody see where I'm coming from? Because again, at least in some countries, they have a small bit of decency for their people. In this country, they can get away with anything they want, and they're not accountable to you, me, or anyone. The only people they're accountable to is their back pockets. And that's the only thing they care about. That's the only thing they think about. It's their back pockets and what they can get into their back pockets. Because again, it's plain and obvious to see. Leo Varadkar today, the Fine Gael leader, Taoiseach, basically said, they wouldn't pay the student, the way that the photo that gets paying the student notes, because it wouldn't make any difference. It doesn't matter. It's the fact that they turned around the next week after and said, let's pay judges. Let's vote on the judges to be paid. Extra money for judges. Whips, ex-Taoiseachs, ex-Taoiseachs, senators. Again, this is what they're turning fucking into. That, again, they could have said yes, even though we could not give them anything. They could have said yes, at least they would. But again, this is what they turn around and do. I don't know, did they know what they're doing? They're that ticked that they don't know what they're doing. Because again, I'm sick of this country. I might as well say so. I'm sick of what this government is doing to the people. I'm sick to my stomach, thinking that this is a country which we are going to live in for the rest of their life. I'm sick to my stomach I'm looking at young people. I'm looking at young people and I'm seeing their futures. That they have no futures. They'd be in debt to the banks, to the bondholders, to these fuckers in Europe. And you'd be paying these fucking politicians tabs for the rest of your life. This is what I'm seeing. And this is what I see in young people. There's no future in this country. There's really no future. Because young people can barely afford a house when they come out of college or anything. They can barely afford to go to college and go and buy a house. And this is the country we're giving to our grandchildren, giving to our children, giving to my generation. We're giving a country that's literally bloody collapsing. And it's literally already collapsing around us, so we're letting the government fucking walk everywhere. Literally, there's no question, there's no backlash, there's nothing like that. RT won't fucking say anything against the government. Literally, they won't say anything, they won't even say boo to the government. They literally go down and kiss their feet because they're that biased. And the same with every other media in this country. Some media are good, Grip Media, they're great people. They cover good stories, they cover the truth. Because again, OT wouldn't cover the truth if it slapped them in the face. Again, can anybody see what I'm talking about? I'm just sick. I'm just sick because again, you see everything that's happening around you. You see it happening. And, you look at it, and every time this government, every day of the week nearly now, they're getting involved in some kind of charade where they're benefiting themselves and there's no backlash. There's really no backlash. It's just a slap in the wrist. Goodbye. Get on. Go on and do your job. We give you a few extra bob. Can anybody see what I'm talking about? And again, Ireland, I don't even, honest to God, I make North Korea and China, which, honest to God, Ireland's turned into China 2.0. Because, they might as well, the amount of investment they have from Chinese companies in this country who support, child abuse, who force children to work in factories, sweatshops. And this government here gives them fucking space to operate in this country. Again, do they have no shame? Do they have any kind of shame? Because again, I tell you something. For people who abuse children, we shouldn't accept them. And we simply shouldn't accept them. We shouldn't tolerate them. And the government here don't give a damn. They couldn't give a damn. The only thing they care about is getting a few bob in an envelope at the end of the week. And that's all they care about. That's all at the end of the day they care about. As long as they get a few bob extra, a few envelopes extra, then that's all they care. I'm honestly just sick, and I'm sure people can agree. Well, I'm fucking sure everybody can agree. And forgive me for my caution, but my Christ. You really couldn't. If I sat here for an hour and tried to make up something about this government, I couldn't do it. Because literally anything I make up, they have fucking done. Because they're that crooked. Literally, the crooks in Mountjoy and the gangsters in Chicago. This government makes them look like Mickey Mouse ornaments. Charlie Flanagan, for a start. I don't know where did anybody get this man? Where did anybody come up with this man to join Fine Gael? And he's, you just have to wonder. You really just have to wonder where this country's going. And that's all I'm going to say.